Welcome to another episode of Star Wars Talk. I'm John Berry, and today I am reviewing Star Wars Resistance, Season 1, Episode 16, The Core Problem. This is going to be a short, quick review as it is unscripted. I just want to let you know. So when I initially heard the title, I was thinking this somehow to involve with the core world, which I was totally wrong about. But it does involve worlds, just not the core worlds. Rather, it involves the actual core of a world, so the center of a planetoid body, which I think is neat. Us as the audience realize kind of quickly what's going on, but there's still some questions. But what I really did, like, us the audience knows what the First Order did to those planets, why they essentially called those planets out. It was essentially, in my opinion, and I think you would agree, that it is testing calling a planet so they can do the same with Starkiller Base to make it an effective weapon. That is what I took away from this episode. But there's still a lot going on. There's the implication that there was a civilization in the system the First Order did this testing with, and they kicked them out. Now, what that is, I don't know. When this set, you can say, was saw in the mid-series trailer, so the location they traveled to the Vid, the uncovered temple, we all assumed it was Luke Skywalker's new Jedi Academy of Facsimile, or whatever term you want to use, that we saw in both the flashback scenes of both movies, with the Force Vision through the lightsaber in The Force Awakens, and the flashback scenes in The Last Jedi. So that's what we all assumed, and also that is also based off the assumption that those two flashback scenes from both films were showing the same location. So it is possible, but another thing that I thought of was, could this, because the children from Tehar, could it be those two children? But I did discount that pretty quickly because I think Tehar will be somewhat knowable in the unknown regions. But hey, who knows for sure? There's a lot we don't know, and I do like that. It could be Luke Skywalker's Jedi Academy that we saw. It would be very interesting. It kind of makes sense that Kylo Ren would encourage the First Order to, use that location for testing, and this is the big but, I'm pretty sure the testing, the remnants that we see of the testing in here, I'm assuming it was some kind of test for Starkiller Base, was done before Kylo Ren turned to the dark side, because I guarantee you, Starkiller Base took a good decade or two to build, like the first Death Star, just because of its scale. So, I hope we do get an answer, and I see there's some good speculation. And also, we get more, and of course there's the character drama as well. Tam is getting frustrated and not knowing what Kaz is doing. Not that I blame her, but I feel like, maybe it could be handled slightly better by the characters themselves. But it is hard to maintain secrecy while not this, when you don't want to lose your friends. It's kinda hard to do. So I can see where it's coming from, and it'd be a struggle not only probably to write, but to have in real life. So if any of you guys work for the intelligence agencies and know what that's like, you should actually probably keep quiet. You really should. But let's move on from that. And of course, BB-8 rejoins Poe because we're like, a week out from from The Force Awakens now, and Jakku got mentioned. So we're definitely getting to The Force Awakens. Probably what we're going to see is that by next week's episode will probably be when Finn defects from the First Order, is my guess. He'll either defect by when the next episode takes place, or sometime timeline-wise, I guarantee you we won't see it, but that's how I'm thinking the timeline's going. Either that or they're going to get more, do less jumping around, you can say, smaller gaps between episodes. Because I have a feeling that the season finale will probably either correspond with either the attack on Starkiller Base, the destruction of Hazium Prime, or even the events of The Last Jedi. It probably won't go past the events of The Last Jedi, I'm pretty sure. In fact, I would prefer that the season finale is closer to the Force Awakens in the timeline wise, because we're already at like the start of the Force Awakens, maybe a month or two out. I would say a month, and I mean a month at most out, is my guess. Now, the Poe Dameron comic does cover the lead up to the Force Awakens from Poe's perspective, and I'm not sure the timeline for that, so all I say could be totally wrong, and all I'm getting what this episode is revealing, and I'm thinking in the direction I think the series could be going. I could be totally wrong because I didn't read the Poe Dameron comic. Let me acknowledge that. But I definitely like where the story is going. I am interested to see if Tamara comes to a breaking point. Because it's obvious that after the last episode, she has maybe some more concerns about the First Order, but she's not anti-First Order yet. And if she gets more frustrated with Kaz, it'd be interesting to see how that goes. I think Nico is safe to say that he won't support the First Order when at all, won't give them any information. Neither, of course not. Oh, I was talking about the droids BB-8 and CB-27, I think it was. And so, they switch off near the end of this episode, which it was neat to see how they were going to do that scene. I wondered how. It was kind of neat. And the droids wave at each other as they fly float, you can see, between the two ships using their retractable arms. Or whatever, laps, claws, they're essentially arms. And I thought that was so cute. And, we saw that BB wave to CB-27, I think. I'm just gonna call it CB for short. Earlier in the episode 2, when they were exploring those ruins. And I thought, those are some nice small scenes. I also liked how they snuck off of the station. It was kind of neat how that was going on, and of course, the fireball, of course, has some problems. So I can say, I want to see Kaz in a proper starfighter, good quality, not falling apart. I really would like to see that. We saw that in the very first episode, and then in another, one of them was Poe. I forget which one precisely. There was, I think, 2 of them. But regardless, I would like to see Poe in a proper starfighter, because then you can really, not Poe, Kaz in a functional fighter. That would be nice to see, but understandable that using a broken down fighter adds more drama. I fully understand where that's coming from. So I think, that's where I'm gonna end my review, but I do want to say one last thing. I really wish they had showed how both Poe got on the station and how Kaz got back onto the station. Cause, with the Force Order having a lockdown, and I'm curious. I am honestly curious, cause the fireball apparently got back. True. We didn't see it, but the dialogue says so. So I'm interested in seeing where this takes us. So thank you for watching my latest review of Star Wars Resistance. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like. Also, do consider supporting me on Patreon, as for some strange reason YouTube is not approving my channel for monetization, despite me being in full compliance with their content policies and all that stuff. So, I don't know what's going on. So please support me on Patreon. Your monetary support there for as low as $1 per month does help make this channel possible. Actually, even if you don't support me, I'll still make content. But support me there. You'll see an uptick in quality as I get better equipment, better software, better video editing software. Because unlike some people, I don't have I'm not in a financial situation to invest in my channel out of pocket. I'm just not in that situation. Not everyone is. And with no ad revenue, that can be a help either. Sorry I got a little bit, I don't know what to say there, but you know what I mean. So let's move on from that, and do consider subscribing for future content, because I do appreciate interacting, so let me know what you think about this episode as well in the comments, because I do want to have a conversation with you about this episode, about all my videos. So that's all I have, so thank you for watching, and as always, have a good day, a good night, wherever you are. May the force be with you, always.